home, but I left. I had a good home, but I left. Right, left. That big fucking bomb made me deaf. A Humvee mechanic put his Kevlar on wrong. I guarantee you'll meet up at the suicide bomb. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Fucking ditches in the middle of the road. You pay $100 just for filling in the hole. Listen to the general every goddamn word. How many ways can you polish up a turd? And left, right, left, right, left, right. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. How is it that the only ones responsible for making this mess got the sorry asses able to a goddamn desk? And hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Left, right, left. What did you do before the war? I was a chef. And what was your name? It was Jeff. I lost my buddy and I wept. I come down from the meth, so I slept. I had a good home, but I left. Pants did the wind for a joke. I pranced right in with the dope. Glanced at her shin, she said nope. Left, right, left. Nimrod, Bodfish, have you any wool? Get me another body bag, the body bag's full. And my face was scorched. I miss my home, I miss my porch. Left, right, left. Can I go home in March? My stance was a chin full of soap. That rancid dinner with the Pope. And left, right, left. Caliprosoda got his thumbs blown off. Sergio's developing a real bad cough. And hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. His heavyweight and boom went Bowery. What the hell was it that the president said? Give them all a beautiful parade instead. And left, right, left. While I was over here, I never got to vote. I left my arm in my coat. My mom, she died and never wrote. We sat by the fire and ate a goat. Just before he died, he had a toke. Now I'm home.
Welcome, everybody, to the show. I am Harry. With me is Tyson.
Let me talk to you.
We have a hell of a show, I think. Triple H seems to want to be changing the narrative as far as the non-white wrestlers. I was trying to think of a politically correct term, but you know me. TNA flopped. They suck. They still suck. I didn't even know... I didn't even hear the buzz about their big debut. I only heard about it after the fact, so we'll talk about that. And then Royal Rumble. It's getting interesting, I think.
Well, I figured we need to put out some predictions. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we can speculate. We also have WCW's Fall Brawl 99 that at least I watched. I can't speak for Tyson. Hopefully
I did watch it.
Okay, it'll be a long review if he didn't. Can you imagine? And then this happened.
I mean, it was a pretty good show. I'm being honest.
You know,
Outside of the, well,
yeah, I
the
read that it was
guy.
terrible and it was one of the worst pay-per-views ever. And I watched it. I'm like, it's not that horrible. It's not a 2026 WWE pay-per-view.
Oh, they haven't had one yet.
Okay, fair. You got me there. Well, first, how was your week?
I had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
I had a delivery, a weird delivery. So I get it was a shopping order, and I get a message, which I was driving, so I didn't respond to it, but I get a message, and it's this guy, and he says, "Hey, I just got out of the hospital, so I
I don't know why that's funny.
well, he says I just got out of the hospital, so I can't move. I'm bedridden, or I'm on the couch, can't move. If you can just bring the stuff inside when you get here." And again, I didn't respond to it because I was driving. But I get there and I see the message, and I go, and his door is already open. And by the it's nighttime, I should point out. So the door's open, it's nighttime, and none of his lights are on. And I get like to the door, closer to the door, and he just calls out to me. He says the same thing. "Oh, hey, I just got out of the hospital, and I'm right here on the couch. Uh, can you just bring it in and put it on the counter right here? It's just right. It's like right here." And I said, yeah, no problem." I said, "Yeah, I can't see the counter though. It's like completely dark." He's like, "Yeah, it's just right there in front of you." And again, I can't see the guy, so it's just a voice talking to me.
You know, I have one of them phones with the flashlights.
I did have a flashlight,
Okay.
but I shined it and I still didn't see the counter.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna come in, but I need to let you know this is like how." I was like, "This is how horror movies start." He was like, "Really? Which one?" I said, "What?" He's like, "Which one?" I was like, "Don't Breathe. That's one." I was like, he's like, "Oh, I never heard of that one." I was like, "Yeah, this is a pretty good one." You probably don't want to. You probably don't want to watch part two because they make it gets weird. They turn it into like an action movie, but part one's pretty good. It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm bedridden, so I'll put that on the list. Maybe watch it." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna come in." I was like, "Now," I was like, "I'm gonna come in, but if you don't mind, I'm gonna go live with on my YouTube channel, which has 600 subscribers." So I
So if
said,
anything happens to me,
"Yeah, so there's gonna be 600 witnesses if you try to wear my face as a mask." Because he doesn't know how YouTube works.
yeah, if he hasn't seen Don't Breathe.
Yeah, but yeah, I got to use our YouTube clout,
Good deal.
and
He didn't subscribe though.
he didn't subscribe, and it turned out to be a legit thing. I mean, I never saw him, but like I didn't like. Oh well, now that I'm here, I just want to see who's the voice.
Let me go investigate.
Yeah,
Well, if it's some creature.
like, "Oh, I got a tip for you. Just come right over here." No.
Just come in this dark room.
Yeah, just come a little bit further. No, I think I want off the ride now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I don't respond to the motherfuckers.
turned out to be legit, and I got to use our YouTube channel.
Oh, good deal. Well, I guess with that, let's go ahead and jump into. Oh, I guess I have a thing to. I got to make the whole office happy. It's my 10-year anniversary at my real job.
Oh,
So I got everybody.
congrats.
Yeah, it's more like a prison sentence, but I got everybody nothing bunt cakes. It's like these little delicious bunt cakes that they have in the little hoity-toity neighborhood here.
Oh, I know what they are. I've had, actually, I've, well, not recently, but I've had just about every flavor.
I love the little velvet. Somebody retired like a couple months ago, and they had them, and they had like these little bite-sized little red velvet things. I had about half a dozen of them, just popping them like Pez.
Telling people, you gonna go? You better get in here.
You gonna eat that? But yeah, so I got to.
I gotta. Well, I was gonna say, there's no better feeling when you're like eating as a group, and then they give you the go ahead to just, because you know, like when you're eating as a group, you got to hold back, but and then they give you the go ahead. It's like you can have the rest. No
Go ahead
better
and
feeling.
anybody want more?
Yeah.
Well, I got the like people just like put free food in the break room, and it's like it's the damnedest thing. These people just like swarm like zombies. It's like a gazelle, and all these lions are just. Rawr.
Like, oh, there's free food.
But yeah, I kind of switched. I got promoted, switched teams, and everybody was really nice. So my idea was like, you know how Andy Dufresne and the Shawshank bought everybody beers. He didn't buy them, but he did taxes for the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Got beers. So try to ingratiate myself. I think it worked.
Good deal.
Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into Monday Night Raw. Thank you, Tom Waits, by the way. That was Hell Broke Loose. We are in Dusseldorf, Germany. It starts with a recap of last week's Raw. I like how they recap the whole show instead of just, one segment. It's a little fresh. Walkers were CM Punk, then Team Heyman. They're facing Team Heyman is facing Penta and one of the masked guys that's not Rey Mysterio. We have Javon Evans, then the Kaisers. One of them is facing Evans. Whoop-de-fucking-do there. We have AJ Styles, then Gunther. Styles and the Ring General have their little grudge match. And fortunately, that's the main event. So Rhea Ripley and Io Sky opened. Oh. They're the new tag champions. Liv Morgan and Tiny Perez interrupted. They said some stupid shit. Vulcan and Bayley interrupted next because why not? Then the Kabuki Warriors appear out of nowhere, and there's a brawl. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah. I think this. Actually, I don't remember. I think maybe it's. Yeah, there was a triple threat set up for later off of this or something.
Yeah.
To where the winner would get a title match.
AJ Styles is interviewed. The reason why he's so pissed off at Gunther is because of respect. And he vows to teach Gunther something and slap the taste out of his mouth. Actually, he wants to make him tap out like a little bitch. So there's that. Finn Balor's in the back playing video games. Liv Morgan and Tiny Perez pull up. Morgan gets pissed off at Balor for playing video games, not going for a championship belt of some kind. Perez agrees with Morgan, and Balor's like, "You'll see." And if I was Balor, I would have smacked the shit out of Perez. I'd be like, I brought you into this fucking group, you little whore.
Yeah, you should be on my side.
And why are Perez and Morgan on Friends all of a sudden? Weren't they supposed to have tension? Wasn't Perez supposed to be a little femme fatale? And they just dropped. Well, I guess Dominic's not around though. Well, no, he could still be around.
Well, he's not around, and they never really did anything. As I said before, Dominic went from Rhea Ripley to Liv Morgan, so I think Roxanne Perez was exactly his type, if you get my drift.
That'd be a downgrade too.
Well, there's that too.
Because you can make the argument that Liv Morgan from Rhea Ripley is an upgrade, depending on your flavor of ice cream. But objectively, going from Liv Morgan to Tiny Perez, that's a demotion.
Yeah.
Javon Evans beat one of the Kaisers somehow. I don't care. Evans also had a commercial interview later that I paid no attention to, other than the fact that his catchphrase is, "That boy is bouncy."
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd be lying if I said I watched this, so.
Adam Pearce is backstage. Heyman pulls up, and Pearce tells him to go tell Breakker to turn around and walk his ass the fuck back home if he arrives with bad intentions. Heyman says he will send Breakker home if he arrives with bad intentions. And then Jey Uso's in the crowd all by himself. And he said nothing, waved his arms about. And then later, Jey Uso's in the back again, all by himself. Otis and Tozawa step up as their first challengers. It's just me, Us. You cannot call him main event Jey Uso any motherfucking more.
Yeah, he's so demoted.
This is supposed to be a big thing, like them getting the tag belts again, isn't it? And them reuniting. And their first fucking challengers is Otis and goddamn Tozawa.
Yeah.
He didn't even take it as seriously at first. He's like, yeah, good joke, Tozawa. No, I'm serious. Okay.
I didn't even hear what Otis said initially.
I think he said, give us a shot or something. And I don't know. It's stupid. It's dumb. They're not going to win.
They're not. Now, I guess on the note of the tag team, Matt Hardy had a thing on his podcast where he suggested that maybe the Usos and the Hardys should run it at WrestleMania.
Why?
Because they're like two of the greatest tag teams ever.
Yeah, but who wants to fucking see the Hardys?
People want to see the Hardys.
Okay.
And then there's another idea of the Lucha Brothers, but WWE seemingly doesn't want to tag them together for whatever reason.
I don't know what they're doing with them.
Well, yeah, Ray Phoenix is tagging with everybody but Penta.
Penta's kind of doing the same, isn't he?
Well, I guess now he is, yeah. So it's just weird. But Rikishi, speaking of Rikishi, as we were talking about him last week, he talked about that, like, oh, what do you think of the Hardys versus the Usos at WrestleMania? And he said, he said, you better put them on last.
Okay.
I'm talking both nights.
Okay.
So he thinks that. So he wants that tag team match to main event WrestleMania.
I will have a better shot at becoming president of the United States than that being the main event.
Yeah. Speaking of which, a little local news here in Austin. So, are you familiar with Farrah Abraham?
No, the name kind of sounds familiar, but that might just be the name.
Well, once upon a time, she was like one of the OG teen moms of that MTV show.
Okay.
And then she turned into a porn star off
Huh.
of that success.
That might be what I know her from.
Oh, that's what I know her from. Well, apparently she's going to run for mayor here in Austin.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. I was listening to the local show here, and those guys were like, they could not stop. They were joking about it like the whole show.
Farrah Superstar, Backdoor Team Mom. Best Anal Sex Scene, 2014.
There you go. Oh, she won an award. See, she's an award winner. Golly, best? I got to watch. No, what? No, I'm just curious, like, what would make it the best scene?
Like, was it lighting? What kind of cinematography is involved?
Yeah, how do you win that award? I gotta find out. Journalism.
Yeah. I don't know. Y'all vote for Jasmine Crockett, so I don't know if Texas should be voting politics anymore.
I don't know who that is, so good for them or bad for them.
Let's just say she's setting y'all back.
Is that the no? Is that the cross dress?
No, she's the hood rat.
Oh,
she started off talking like, a person, and then, when everything got hyper political and that one guy died of a drug overdose in Minnesota, everybody rioted over it. She decided to lean in more towards her urban side. So she went from speaking articulately to sounding like she's in the barbershop. Although she called Governor Abbott Governor Hot Wheels. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yikes.
Anyway, CM Punk heads to the ring. He wants to be champion forever, but we're on the road to WrestleMania. Anything can happen. Just ask Cody Rhodes. And Punk wants to be champion forever, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But with the fan support, Punk reckons he can do anything. And he says we have the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber right around the corner. 2 guys can call their shot for the gold that he has. And then the road to WrestleMania goes through CM Punk. He says Team Heyman is in his rearview mirror. He's looking forward to his next challenger. So out comes Finn fucking Balor. Fuck you. Punk wants to fight tonight. Balor wants to lose in Ireland next week instead.
Yeah, it gets a little hometown pop. But yes, that is what's going to happen. He is going to lose.
Or it's going to be, he's not winning the championship. Like, best case scenario for Finn Balor is Braun Breaker comes out and spears Punk. and he loses by DQ.
Yeah. But then we gotta talk about then the rematch, and I don't know. Yeah, that's not
There
gonna
ain't
be a
gonna be no
marquee match.
rematch with fucking Finn Balor.
It shouldn't be.
And that's sad too, because he had a lot of potential.
Just too many losses.
That and the fucking Balor Club. So you have Tiny Perez and Liv Morgan. They won a three-way tag match somehow. So they get to face Io and Rhea Ripley for their meaningless girl belts. Germany sang "Will You Be My Girl" to Bailey, which was a nice little callback to her NXT days. You know, when she was watchable.
I think that's a thing for international crowds and her.
I don't know. The NXT crowd used to sing that to her.
Maybe. I mean,
No, definitely.
I'm not denying. Excuse me. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying. I know that happens in international crowds.
I think it's because they're behind the times.
Probably.
But yeah, it's still a nice little. I want to know. Although it's weird that they sing it to Bailey. Like, if I was gonna sing it to anybody, it wouldn't be Bailey. Probably Liv Morgan. I'm trying to think. Yeah, she's probably the cutest of them all. Seth's husband is going to wrestle No Talent Dupree again. She had a little thing. She said some stuff. No Talent Dupree said whatever she said later.
Yep. A few that never ends, I guess.
We have another Unreal Season 2 advertisement. I just a few notes. I love how they sprinkle in, or how they always sprinkle in, the guy that's, bothered for revealing the secrets. Like, I don't like telling tales outside of school. Like, anyone in fucking modern wrestling today gives two fucks about like kayfabe or protecting the business or keeping secrets. They always throw that person in there. It's fucking stupid. Shut up. They're really fucking proud of themselves for not convincing us that Rollins was hurt. They think that was brilliant. It was the least convincing injury angle in the history of wrestling. And then they're repealing the R-Truth scab. Looks like he's crying on the show, which is even more of a slap in the face.
I figured they might try to do that. Try to put the R-Truth story in there to make it seem like it was the plan all along.
True said this is the most, what do you say, the happiest time of his career or some shit. He's more relevant. Fuck all of that. God damn it. I will not be gaslit by fucking R-Truth. So we have some stupid girl bullshit. No Definition Rodriguez was interviewed by Michael Cole. Then Stephanie Vaquer, in her infinite wisdom, came hobbling out on her boot talking shit. So no Definition Rodriguez attacked her. Because Vaquer's retarded. Anything to add?
At least it gives her something to do, I guess. I don't know.
That's just the dumbest fucking shit. Like, first of all, she attacked you last week. And then you're just going to come hobbling out. You're injured. And then you're just going to talk all this shit. And you're going to talk more shit. Of course you're going to get attacked, you dumb fuck.
The
We're supposed to feel bad for her? What's that?
I said the dumb baby face syndrome.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for her at all. We had Bronson Reed and Theory versus the Masked Mexicans. The Mexicans won via DQ because Breaker came out spearing everybody. And then Pierce gets in Breaker's face saying, "No, this ain't happening." And then in the background, so Pierce is just yelling at Breaker. He's in his face. "This ain't happening. Not in my house." Blah 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 blah. So then, like in the background, Penta is getting set up for a tsunami, and he got tsunami'd. So Pierce gets in Reed's face, and then Breaker spears Penta again, and then Pierce grabs Breaker by the shoulder and like really gets in his face, and Breaker ends up putting his hands on Pierce. And he's like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And then goes all the way to the back. Pierce was like slobbering all over himself, and Heyman pointed out the fact that Pierce put his hands on Breaker first. And I thought Pierce kind of looked like a mega bitch.
That was your takeaway?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I was like, why didn't I wanted him to? First of all, he's taller than Breaker. Like Breaker is not like this genetic specimen. He's not like a Brock Lesnar. He's not like anything intimidating. Pierce is bigger. So if anything, he could at least attempt to punch him in the fucking throat instead of cowering like a little whore. I don't know.
You underestimate age, I think.
No, I'm not saying that Pierce wouldn't get his ass whooped, but at least it would be a fight. Pierce wouldn't get manhandled like he's little Nate. This one, he's got like a foot of difference on him. Pierce is also a former wrestler.
Yeah, but you underestimate age.
Oh, bullshit. Come on.
Father Time is undefeated.
Or whatever.
Through all this, Braun Breaker did get suspended indefinitely.
Oh, did he? Good.
So we'll see where that heads. Because the the loophole there was he suspended Breaker, and then that's when Paul Heyman pointed out that he touched Breaker first. So it's either, yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with that.
Heyman gave him a cunty look too, so you know that's not the end of that. I don't know. I didn't. I would say I would think Reed would be more intimidating than Breaker. I don't know.
Breaker was also a football player.
I get that. I'm not saying that Breaker sucks. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying for them to be as like physically scared of him, he's not like. There's nothing to him. Like look at Rick Steiner. Little
Just
tree
like
trunk of a chest.
Yeah, just like a stocky build.
Like, you know, he looks at you wrong. That might break your leg or something. Like Breaker doesn't have that.
But he is, I don't know. He's 20 years younger, so I don't know.
Okay. AJ Styles and Gunther. A+ match, in my opinion. Styles softened Gunther up for the calf crusher the entire match. Gunther was fucking awesome. The first fucking chop, knocking AJ off the top ropes was great. Built up to that. Styles kicked out of 2 power bombs. Gunther got locked in the calf crusher 3 times. Excuse me. First time he gets to the ropes. Second time he viciously slams AJ's head to the mat to break the hold, which was awesome. Third time he outsmarts AJ by reaching around so the ref can't see. So he taps out, but he taps out like when he taps out on AJ's like thigh or some shit, but it's like out of the ref's sight. So AJ, of course, believes he won. The ref says, "Nah, I didn't see that shit, son." So Gunther uppercut Styles in the balls, wins after a power bomb. Brilliant.
Looks like the internet theory is coming correct. They're going to have a series of matches.
That's fine. That was a good match.
It was.
My only issue is Gunther having to kick him in the balls. It's not Gunther.
It isn't. The tap out's probably controversial too, but I see.
No, that was brilliant.
Was it though?
Yeah, because he tapped out. He didn't tap out. He fucked with AJ.
That's what they're trying to have you believe, but
because if he was going to tap out, he would have tapped out like on the mat, and then it would have been out of the ref's sight. But no, he reached around deliberately to where who the fuck is going to see that? No, that was brilliant.
If I were him, I would say I was jockeying for position. I wasn't even tapping. I was trying to get out of the submission.
No way. I outsmarted you, AJ. You don't know the rules of this game. What are you, 50? You don't know how submissions work? Dumb fuck.
He did take advantage, though, of AJ Styles being so thirsty to make him give up. So that is good.
I will say this week's Raw was, I don't know, it had a different flavor to it.
Yeah, I don't think it was too bad.
No, it was a little bit more
It's
enjoyable.
definitely better than last week.
Yeah, it was one of the better Raws. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but it wasn't like they were all going through the motions. It's like they had a purpose.
Yeah. It's like it's WrestleMania season.
Even if it is Finn Balor. But that was Raw. Moving on, we have SmackDown. This week we are in Bongland. Walkers are Randy Orton and The Miz, because we're starting the number 1 contenders tournament for the Royal Rumble Championship match. We have Damian Priest and Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. Solo and Priest have their tournament match. We have Matt Cardona and Trick Williams. We get to see... yeah, they have a match. We have Eli Dragunov and Sami Zayn. I just hope neither of them win, to be honest with you.
Well,
yep. And Drew McIntyre opened the show as the new undisputed champion. Claims to be the first and only British WWE champion. Says he prayed for this moment, and it happened. And the amount of support he's been getting has been overwhelming. And to that, McIntyre says, "Screw you. Where were you when I got fired? There was no uprising when the Bloodline was kicking my ass every week. You were cheering CM Punk while he was screwing me and doing that stupid yeet shit with Jay." McIntyre says the only person he has to thank for his title is himself. Then he addresses the former champion, Cody Rhodes. Says Aldis had a clause in their contract. No rematch. Cody has to start at the bottom, work his way all the way up to the top again. So the vanilla QB1 era is over, and so begins the unpredictable, dangerous reign of Drew McIntyre. So then Randy Orton interrupts, and he came out just to say he's coming for McIntyre's title and shout RKO. Then Jacob Fatu interrupts, and he just makes a beeline straight for McIntyre. They end up fighting through the crowd. McIntyre ran Fatu into the steel ring post, and Fatu was not having any of that. Meanwhile, Orton's still in the ring. Miz creeps up behind him and delivers a skull-crushing finale. Later, McIntyre's running from Fatu, and Dragunov stops him just to say he's winning the title. Like, they all say the same exact shit.
I did like, I don't know. I liked how McIntyre, he was like, he's running from Fatu, and Dragunov is just going on and on and on about whatever the hell he's talking about. I thought it was funny because he just keeps going on, and McIntyre's like looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
I don't like the idea of McIntyre being scared, though.
Yeah. Well, he said he didn't do anything. So the whodunit angle.
Yeah, but he was like shaking and biting his nails and shit. I don't know. You just won the title.
Yeah, but you gotta, I don't know. This is different than a competition. This guy is just trying to kill you.
We have Randy Orton versus The Miz. The number one contender tournament thing. Miz hit 2 skull-crushing finales. Orton hit 1 RKO. Guess who won?
Oh, of course.
I felt bad for Miz. I was kind of hoping he'd win with the skull-crushing finale right off the bat. I mean, obviously he's not going to win the title, but Miz needs some love. Justice for Miz.
No, less TV time for Miz.
I want a serious Miz. I want a serious Miz heel run.
Do you want to kill SmackDown?
Fuck no. They can kill SmackDown.
It'll kill it. They can't come back from that. Oh my god! If the Miz won the title and we had to like endure that every week.
Well, they're talking about Sami Zayn winning the title.
It's a little bit better than the Miz.
No
Only
way.
a little, just because it's different.
No. Miz is more entertaining. He's a better promo. He's a better wrestler.
He's not a better wrestler.
He's a much better wrestler.
No, he's not.
His little corner clothesline thing where he throws him out. That's good shit. That's one of my favorite moves. You just toss him out like a sack of shit. That's good stuff. We have the Spooky Wyatt Sucks. They have a VHS tape thing. Bray Dallas wants his magic flashlight back or something. Solo responded. I don't know. He said something about him having the fireflies. Now, I don't know. He's gay.
Well, that pretty much summed it up there. Nothing I can really add to it.
Good deal. Girl bullshit. We have Charlotte and the other one saying something. RuPaul and Nia Jax interrupted to talk to Charlotte. And then Flair and the other one beat Julia and then the chick she's with. And then RuPaul and Nia Jax attacked after that.
Sure.
Cool. We have former champion Cody Rhodes. He came out saying he was getting too complacent. And he couldn't see all the ways that he could lose his title. And the crowd booed Cody, cheered McIntyre. Except for when Cody said Mania should come to the UK. And Cody says, no rematch? Good. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. And he declares for the Royal Rumble. And he says he's one of the few to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles and wants to be one of the fewer to win 3. And he brings up Jacob Fatu. Says he has one of the biggest receipts ever coming to him. And he says Fatu can come get it now, or Cody's going to come find him. And then Cody leaves without waiting to see if Fatu's going to come out or not.
Well, his music didn't hit.
He didn't give it a chance to hit. He just
He didn't
threw
really
the
want the
microphone
smoke.
down and left. He didn't want any of that smoke.
You do though have to appreciate Cody. So the rumor mill or the dirt sheets will say that Cody and Drew McIntyre, of course he did, they lobbied for this to happen. Uh, Cody was initially set to win, but yeah, they lobbied for McIn- McIntyre to win. I guess they went ahead and went through with it. um, and I said, of course, McIntyre wanted it, but
No
but
shit.
Cody, in his little promo, he said, "What do you say?" He's like, "I never, we never talked about like why open up with what do you want to talk about?" But then he says like that we kind of got complacent. We we got formulaic. What would happen? My music would hit. I would come down. I would pound on the ground 3 times, do the whoa, get in the ring, say some shit, and it was kind of formulaic, and it was it was getting. He didn't say this, but it was getting stale. You can read between the lines. He's saying basically his title reign was getting stale, so he lobbied to be a chaser of the title as opposed to be the champion. So
I
say
think
you got to give him credit, like that he,
McIntyre said it was stale too.
yeah, you got to give him credit that he recognized this and then actually just didn't want to just coast off of, because I'm sure WWE was happy with him being champion, but he didn't want to coast off of it. He was like, no, no, it's getting stale. We need to do something more. Like, I don't know. I appreciate it. But then
You're saying he's being selfless.
I'm not saying he's being selfless. I'm saying he is being selfless, yes. But yeah, he wants what's best for the show.
Yeah.
Like,
What's best for business?
yeah, and he figured that him chasing is a better story than him being champion when he just comes out and does the same thing every week.
That's if he's even chasing.
Yes. But that does lead us into, so poor, I, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit. Dave Meltzer, this guy is just like chasing his tail because everybody's just, I don't know. It's when you're dirt sheet guys, I guess you have to always know what's going on, be in the know. So Cody Rhodes had that promo where he said, you know, basically his title reign was getting complacent. Wrestling Observer News, per Dave Meltzer, Cody Rhodes reportedly felt it would be fresher to go into this year's WrestleMania the chasing the undisputed championship rather than defending it, which is why he pushed for Drew McIntyre to become the champion. So that was the report after what Cody Rhodes said.
Oh, good for Dave.
So basically, he just reworded what Cody Rhodes said himself, and that's the report.
He would.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting at. Like these dirt sheet guys, they gotta know. Oh, you know, clearly WWE's like taking people on a ride, but they have to be in the know. So it just seems like he's, yeah, he's posting news that happened. If you just watched the show, you would figure out. So yeah, that's why I kind of feel bad for Dave. And also, like, they have a daily show, so you know, all you have to do is say, "I'll find." Like, how hard is it? I will find out more. Like, what if you were at work and you had a trainer that just wouldn't say, "I don't know." Like, oh, let me look into that and get back to you. That's what our trainers always used to say, instead of just like making shit up, just so just so they didn't say, "I don't know."
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's like sometimes like because I used to, back in my previous job, I used to be a trainer, and people would ask me stuff, and I'd be like, you know, I literally heard the same thing you heard. Like, I understand you have questions, but we both heard the same thing, so I'll have to look into it.
I know just as much as you do right now.
Yeah, and it's okay to say that. You don't lose credibility if you say, let me try to get some information about that and get back to you.
No, you lose credibility when you give the wrong answer.
Yeah, and he's given the wrong answer, but now he's just seemingly just going based off of what they say on TV.
Well, after that, we have Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona. Before the match, Cardona has an interview, and he says he came back to be champion. He has unfinished business. But it's not going to happen at the Royal Rumble because Williams whooped that ass. Then Cardona got attacked by the Pretty Deadly Fruitcake. So, good thing he got. Good thing he came back.
Yeah, he kind of got. I don't want to say he got buried, but it didn't look good. That number one, he lost to Trick Williams. I mean, that was going to happen. Yeah, Trick Williams, 2 weeks in, is not going to lose already. Especially when they seemingly are pushing him to the stars. I'm sorry, pushing him to the moon. That's what I meant to say.
Actually, I saw it this week. You've been saying, he's a star, blah, 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 blah. I actually saw it this week.
Yeah, the crowd was good to him this week.
Well, it wasn't even that, just him. Like, I don't know. I like the way he carries himself. It's interesting too because I'm thinking like this guy was Carmelo's henchman.
He was.
This just don't make any sense.
Now he's past him.
Yeah, just the personality wise. Because this guy's a 10. Carmelo's at best a 6.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess they had to, because he was new when he was the henchman, so I guess they had to get him ready because he didn't wrestle for probably like a year or two.
Okay.
When he was the henchman, like he never wrestled. He was just there to.
I see.
So maybe they're just getting him ready, but having him on TV.
I just know personality wise.
Yeah.
He's definitely the alpha, like an alpha, while Carmelo's more introverted.
Yeah, and then that brought us to Kit Wilson coming out. Just going back to Matt Cardona. Kit Wilson comes out, and
you're just gonna take that for a mirror shit.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, what? I missed it.
No, you're going right into Kit Wilson coming out.
Oh. But yeah, this is going back to Matt Cardona though.
And
then he, attacks him from behind. And what's that going to allude to? Another competitive match between him and Kit Wilson.
Oh my God.
So not good for Matt Cardona. But
yeah, there's no winners here.
Yeah. And I believe they already had a competitive match in his debut.
Cardona and Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh.
In his re-debut.
Oh boy.
But,
why would you be smiling and happy to come back?
I mean, maybe there's just more time. Like,
okay.
But it's I don't know. I did think it was funny that, I don't know, it gave me it's like kind of gave me the getting pushed off of the stage vibes.
With the cane thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, let's teach him a lesson. You think you're the indie god?
Let's put him in the main event, but not really.
Yeah, but there's more time, so we'll see where that they can turn it around.
So yeah, Kit Wilson's out in the ring, and then Jacob Fatu comes out and he smears the Pretty Deadly queer. Then he called out Cody. Cody came out, they brawled, and then we have Cody versus Fatu for Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, and Fatu gets on the. First of all, he got booed for attacking Kit Wilson. And then, yeah, he gets on the mic and the first thing he says is, "You know what I mean?" So it's nice to see that he's still got his catchphrases.
Of course.
But I think that was the only one he used. He didn't do the, "You better get in where you fit in," and what was the other one? I don't know. Well,
He's all gas, no brakes.
yeah, he didn't say that.
All
So-
gas, no brakes with it. Yeah, I mean, Fatu. Yeah. Solo Sikoa lost to Damian Priest because of the Wyatt sucks. But thank God Solo and the MFT still have the magic flashlight.
Yep, we're not done yet.
Carmelo Hayes beat some dude somehow. Then we find out Shinsuke Nakamura was watching the match. Tama Tonga interrupted. Says Nakamura already had a title shot and blew it. Tama Tonga says someday maybe one day he'll think about exploring the possibility of having a U.S. title match. And Nakamura needs to stay out of his way when he does so. And Nakamura said some shit in Japanese.
Yes. So the person that who's the first guy?
Carmelo
Oh,
Hayes.
Hayes. Yeah, the person that Hayes faced was Leon Slater. And he is the TNA X Division champion. We've been seeing him on TV for a couple weeks. I think he's on John Cena. Yeah, he was in a tag match on John Cena's last match night.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
That match went like 5-6 minutes, so you probably don't remember it, but yeah, he was there.
Remember that at all.
But it was funny. This match was basically the AEW crowd was complaining about this match because people were enjoying it because it was a flippy match.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, so flippy match in AEW is bad. Flippy match in AEW and WWE is good.
Isn't the contention that every match in AEW is a flippy match?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they had a meltdown because people were enjoyed the match. It was a good match. I'll give them that, but I need my main event big men. And then yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah, Shinsuke and Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga has a good beard. I wanted to point that out.
Okay.
That's it.
I just like how he's like, stay out of my way, because one day I might, one day possibly challenge the U.S. title instead of lurking in the shadows. Has he challenged yet? For anybody?
No, he did give kind of a reason though. He said after the after the MFTs win the tag titles,
Oh shit!
I'm going for the United States title. So I guess orders of Solo Sikoa is he has to wait until they get the tag titles first.
Is that ever gonna happen?
I don't know.
Oh god!
So they have to. So that's why he's been lurking. I guess he's just seeing what he can't have. Like he's just watching all these other people get the open challenge. Like, oh, that could have been me.
After that, Johnny Gargano and Axiom did something I skipped because I don't care.
All I thought about this was poor Johnny getting to AEW. Like, this is a bottom of the barrel thing that's happening.
Is Ciampa officially gone now?
I don't think he's officially gone, but he already told him he's not re-signing the contract. So
yeah,
unless he does, of course.
Okay. Well, look at how that worked out for Escobar.
He actually debuted tonight over in Triple I though. So
oh, well. Jordan Grace beat Chelsea Green somehow. Jay Cargill was there and ended up getting inadvertently attacked by Chelsea Green. So she's probably going to get it next week.
looks like they may be going triple threat match instead of a one-on-one match with Jordan Grace. Maybe they're holding off on that just for now. I don't know.
Has Chelsea Green won a match since she lost the whatever belt she had?
No.
Okay. So she was an ass kicker when she had the stupid belt. But now that she's lost it, she's going to lose every match and be a joke again.
Well, she didn't really win with the belt either.
She beat Julia
to win the title, but she didn't defend
Didn't she have like I thought she had a rematch with her or some shit.
No.
Oh. Okay. Sami Zayn beat Ilya Dragunov somehow. Trick Williams attacked Sami Zayn after the match for some reason.
Just stand tall.
Okay. Because Priest talked shit to Williams, so if he would have an issue with anybody, it'd be Priest. So I have no idea why he attacked Sammy.
I don't know, but he's I believe he's facing Priest next week, so
which makes even less sense. No, they're having a fatal 4-way.
I know he's facing Priest before that.
Oh, well, yeah. You're right.
I don't know if they actually made it official, but Priest mentioned it. Like, oh, I know you're going to be here next week. I'm going to be here next week too. We can go.
Yeah. That was SmackDown.
Yep.
Actually, wasn't a boring SmackDown for the most part, except for the Johnny Gargano part.
Yeah,
I will say it is.
Oh,
God.
I was gonna say there's still a couple feuds that just need to be refreshed. That one. There's another one I don't want to talk about, but it also needs to be refreshed.
Speaking of refreshed, it is refreshing to see Cody without the belt.
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre having the belt. So hopefully he can do the lineage of the undisputed title proud.
Yeah, and when he said he was the first British champion, I was like, it's a shame. Like, the British Bulldog never won the title.
No shit.
That's just like immediately what I went to. It's like
British Bulldog. I wonder if Gentleman Chris Adams. I wonder if he was in the WWF.
I don't know.
Dynamite Kid. I'm sure there's others.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to know, like, all the international, like, William Regal.
Oh fuck yeah, he definitely should have been a, if not WWF champion, he could have been WCW champion.
Yeah.
Imagine they tried to push Buff fucking Bagwell, but they never did anything with William Regal.
Yeah. Well, he had to look. Buff Bagwell.
That's all he had.
He had to look, and then he had the the timing was right for that. Because we were in the late '90s, so that type of dude was was the NSYNC, and
All he had was the muscles, though.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good of a wrestler. He wasn't that good of a promo. He wasn't that entertaining. I'm not saying Regal was, but at least he could fucking go. I think he's a better heel than Buff Bagwell was.
Yeah.
So you could build you start a wrestling company, you have William Regal as your heel champion. Because who's legitimately going to actually beat him? That's the thing. You got to find somebody that would be credible enough to do so. And it'd be William Regal's call.
Hogan.
Well, yeah. But yeah, that was SmackDown. We'll see what happens. What do you think about this fatal 4-way thing?
I think Sammy's going to win it.
I think you're right.
Sammy's going to win it. He's going to go to the
Royal Rumble
Royal
thing.
Rumble. He's lose to Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble.
God, he better. If he wins the fucking title.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
That'd be worse than when Kofi won.
But they are building towards it, I think, at some point.
That'll be a dark day, and that'll be a very dark day. Because all he's going to be is a transition champion. He's not the guy. I don't understand why you wouldn't put, like, anybody, like, why would you put the belt on somebody that's not going to be, like, your franchise player, you know?
I don't know.
That's what the fucking the Intercontinental titles for the people. Like, yeah, here's a belt.
It only makes sense if the story involves it. That's why Mankind won, because the story involved it.
Okay. I think Mankind is a better character than Sami fucking Zayn. Especially when he was feuding with The Undertaker. And aligning himself with Goldust. Before Goldust decided he wanted to...
Before he lost his mind.
Yeah.
That's true, but that wasn't the Mankind who won the title either. It was Sacco. I think, no, he didn't do Sacco yet, but...
I could have sworn he won the title before that.
Yeah, it was before Sacco. Sacco came kind of towards the end of his Mankind run.
Oh, he was feuding with The Rock. Yeah, that doesn't count. Mankind beat The Rock.
Yeah, with the help of Stone Cold.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
What do you mean?
I want the hair pulling out his own hair. Mommy! I want that Mankind to win the title. This Mankind had a personality.
I still remember when he debuted Mankind, that is, and he'd put the mandible claw on his opponent, and he was the one squealing. And they're like, listen at the squeals of the opponent. Like, no, that's actually Mankind squealing. Yeah. And he would stab his leg with pin to get the feeling back in it.
I just like the two theme songs. He'd come out to the dark, brooding theme song, and then when the match was over, it'd be the happy theme song to get him back to his happy place.
Oh. And he'd actually pull his hair out.
Yeah. But yeah, that was SmackDown. And before we move on, let's go ahead and check the chat. Never miss a comment. All right. So moving on, we have
chat.
Keep rocking, chat. This week we are doing WCW's Fall Brawl 1999. We are in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We have an opening video. It's Lex Luger. He's back and apparently in a love triangle with Sting and Hulk Hogan. He doesn't trust Hogan. And Hogan tells Sting he's changed his ways, but Luger's trying to fuck things up between Hogan and Sting for some reason. Then it cuts to Sting approaching Hogan in the dressing room. Camera, I don't know, like goes black, and then Sting's laid out, and Hogan and Luger both say the other's responsible for knocking Sting out. Then we have Mike Tenay, Tony Schiavone, and Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary. Schiavone hopes a lot of questions get answered tonight, and all of the major titles are on the line, with the big one being the World Heavyweight title. Then they speculate who Sting should trust, Luger or Hogan. Tenay reveals that Hogan gave Sting a title shot because he felt he deserved it, and Luger's just been a disruptor, and even came to blows with his best buddy Sting on the last Monday Nitro. Sting, Heenan says it doesn't matter. They still have to settle at the end of the ring. And then they hype up the Psycho Sid Chris Benoit match for the U.S. title. Sid is 79-0. They're definitely building up for a Goldberg match.
Yes. And I'm glad we can talk about it later, but I'm glad they finally mentioned the Sid streak.
Schiavone, not Mean Gene, Okerlund then pimps the hotline. But it was brief. And then we get a 6-man tag hype video. Tony Schiavone says a lot of people have been wondering about the Insane Clown Posse. Are they rappers or are they wrestlers? So it's ICP and Vampiro, and they're talking shit and fighting Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Billy Kidman. So a match gets booked for the pay-per-view because of that. Which leads us to Vampiro and the Insane Clown Posse versus Rey Mysterio Jr., Eddie Guerrero, and Billy Kidman. Same opening match as the last pay-per-view, except no Raven. And Rey Mysterio Jr. now thinks he's Eminem.
And yes. Now, I was surprised to know that ICP were being called rappers.
Believe it or not, they are rappers.
I never thought that was considered in the rap genre. I don't know what it was considered in, but I didn't think it was in the rap genre.
They call it the wicked shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know they were considered rap.
Yeah.
So when they were like, oh, are they rappers or are they wrestlers? Like, are they either?
Fair. So the match starts with Ray and Shaggy 2 Dope. Ray kicks Shaggy's ass, then Violent J gets tagged in and actually takes it to Ray. Then Vampiro gets tagged in and Ray kicks his ass. Violent J is the best person on the team. So Kidman and Violent J both get tagged in. Kidman whips the shit out of Jay, who then runs behind the ref. The ref chastises Kidman, and then Jay uses the distraction to catch Kidman with a chop and a DDT. It looks like Ray suffered a legit knee injury or groin injury. And then Kidman wins the match after a shooting star press. Ray is then carried to the back after the match.
And I think it was... So, yeah, Ray was carried to the back. But Vampiro, when he got that shooting star press, and I watched it back, Kidman landed like on his jaw.
Is that what? Yeah, he was grabbing his face.
Yeah, like well, not on his jaw, like right on his eye socket.
Okay.
Like knee to eye socket.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, they're concerned about Ray. They should be concerned about him.
No shit. Yeah, I saw it was awkward, but I didn't bother to look at that deep into it. I do. I did appreciate Violent J. I was reading kind of the other reviews of this pay-per-view, and I think the thing to do is to kind of shit on WCW. But as we alluded to earlier, this wasn't that bad of a pay-per-view. And furthermore, I didn't think, at least Violent J, I didn't think he was that bad. He was using psychology, like he was trying to distract the ref, and I don't know. To me, it seemed like, a little bit of training, he could have been something. Maybe not world champion.
Yeah, it seemed like, I don't know. I was thinking about it. It's like, it seems like they're a little bit, like they're ahead of like today's celebrity wrestler.
Yes.
Like a Bad Bunny or a Jelly Roll or, someone like that. You can tell like they were doing stuff that like, I don't know. It just seemed like they were doing stuff that people who have trained for a long time was doing. So it wasn't just I just want to try this wrestling thing to them.
Yeah, they were taking it serious.
Yeah. So I
At
actually
least
did
Violent
appreciate
J.
it.
Like, I don't know about Shaggy. He was kind of he was a little bit more egregious to me.
Well, it's like the way they were taking bumps.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell like it was professional. Well, not professional, but you can tell they knew how to take bumps. Not that I'm a wrestler, so I shouldn't be talking about taking bumps.
Or after that, we go to the internet location. The revolution is here. And that is Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, and Shane Douglas. All members of this group have a match tonight. And Saturn wants to know how to download naked pictures of the Nitro Girls on the internet. However, the interviewer says the revolution is all over this pay-per-view. He wants to know what the chances of the groups having a clean sweep are tonight. Saturn says he guarantees a clean sweep, and he just gets up and walks away, all cocky. Nothing left to say. We're gonna win them all.
Yeah. Interesting that Saturn took an interest in downloading the Nitro Girls, or was he just speaking for what? Was it just part of the script that they think the fans would want to ask?
Are you saying? What are you saying?
He did used to wear
what are you
dresses.
saying?
He did used to wear dresses, so you can imagine my surprise when he was interested in gooning on a lady.
Well, just because you wear women's clothing, it doesn't mean you take it up the ass.
I mean, it doesn't help.
We have a Chris Jericho Kaz Hayashi hype video. I'm sorry, it's not Chris Jericho. It's some guy named Lenny Lane doing a Chris Jericho impression. Lane backed his way into having a cruiserweight title. Hayashi's a buzzsaw. So Hayashi had a match with Lenny Lane's friend Lodi. Of course, Lodi's his friend. Lane got involved, and for some reason, Hayashi pinned Lane, and for some other reason, that counted as the victory between his match. He's wrestling Lodi, he pinned Lane, he beat Lodi somehow because of that. And Shivani said because of he pinned Lane in a match that he wasn't involved in, that Hayashi should be Cruiserweight champion.
I think it's because they couldn't tell them apart. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, that leads us to Kaz Hayashi versus Lenny Lane with Lodi. And it's for the Cruiserweight title. Lodi and Lenny Lane are very glittery and playing up being homos. They're also sucking on blow pops. And they come out saying everyone needs a blow pop.
And I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, at some point, they became brothers during this. Like, they initially said they were friends, and then they said they were brothers. So, I don't know.
Okay.
And I almost skipped this match because I initially thought it was Chris Jericho, and I was like, I'm not. I have too much respect for Jericho to see him in this. See him like this. Like I can't do it for like just out of respect. I have to not watch this.
That makes me feel better because I immediately thought I didn't think it was Chris Jericho. I was like, what is this guy doing? Clearly he's trying to be Jericho.
Well, I didn't see I just saw the blonde hair with the long blonde hair with the bows in it.
Yeah.
And then I saw the title with the bow on it.
The little pom-poms.
Yeah. And I'm like, what have they done to him?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until it actually wasn't until he made the entrance that I was able to see that it was not Chris Jericho.
Okay.
But I heard the name. I heard him saying Lane or whatever the hell his name is. So I was like, and they changed his name too?
I think he was like some vanilla tag team guy. And then, yeah, he morphed into a Chris Jericho cosplayer.
Fair enough.
So this match was like watching Bizarro Chris Jericho versus Bizarro Taka Michinoku. And Lenny skipped and then ran into Lodi's arms at one point. Hayashi was there. And then Lenny Lane won with a skull-crushing finale.
He sure did.
Commentary also used a lot of innuendo.
Well, the crowd didn't, for sure. At one point, they were chanting. They were just straight up chanting the F slur at him. So, well, both of them. So there you go.
Well, they deserved it.
I was like, that's a wild chant, even in the 90s. Like, just that chant, that's kind of wild.
Not really.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a term of endearment.
No, actually, it was. You used to call your buddies fag all the time.
Oh,
I just used to do it all the time in high school. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, but
oh,
I never said that word.
Yes, we did.
And that's not even part of my vocabulary.
Okay.
And no, even when it was okay in the 90s, I was like, no, this isn't right.
Okay, whitewash your history there. You and I both know the truth. As someone who's been called a fag by you.
But yeah, I just thought it was wild.
Man, the ECW crowd would eat them alive.
Yeah.
So they kick it to Mean Gene Okerlund in the ring. he hypes up the main event between Hulk Hogan and his guest Sting. And Okerlund wants to know what Sting thinks of Lex Luger. Sting says Lex Luger's name's silly sounding, and then says he's really close to destroying their friendship. And if Luger sticks his nose in Sting's match tonight, the Icon is going to slap the taste out of the total package's mouth. And Okerlund wants to know what Sting thinks of Hulk Hogan. And Sting says Hogan's proven himself and doesn't have a problem with the Hulkster until the bell rings. Then they build up Sting possibly winning a ninth WCW world title. Sting says Hulk Hogan can guarantee he's back and black. And it's showtime, folks.
Yep.
Sting is not a good promo.
This Sting is not a good promo. He used to be a good promo.
I've never seen a good Sting promo.
Like early. Maybe I have to re-listen to them, but yeah, early I thought they were good promos.
I don't know. It's
Like
all
Surfer
awkward
Sting.
sounding and buzzwords, and I don't know.
No, I'm saying Surfer Sting back when they had to use promos.
Okay. We get another hype video. It's the first family in the Revolution. The first family appears to be Brian Knobbs, Hugh Morris, and of course, Jimmy Hart. Representing the Revolution is Shane Douglas and Dean Malenko. Knobbs and Morris seem to have a problem with the other guys calling themselves the Revolution for some reason. So a no DQ match gets scheduled between the two teams. So, yeah, the first family versus the Revolution. And this is supposed to be a no disqualification match. And I noticed that Douglas and Malenko came out wearing shirts that exposed their midriffs. And they were actually a really good team. I thought their timing was pretty good. Did a lot of double team moves. But it started off as a chaotic brawl with weapons, then it devolved into a proper tag match that completely killed the energy. like it started with Douglas using the steel steps, Knobbs using a weapon no one could identify, and then it just disappeared. Then they just started doing wrist locks and worrying about legal men and tags and shit. It was one of the least interesting no DQ matches I've ever seen in my life. And Morris ended up pinning Malenko after a no laughing matter.
Yep. This first family is kind of weird. I wonder what makes them the first family.
They're with Jimmy Hart.
So they're the dungeon.
Well, no, that's because the Taskmaster retired, so the dungeon's no more.
I know, but I'm saying that's the connection, is that they were in the dungeon. That's why they're the first family.
Was Knobbs in the dungeon?
Wasn't he? No, never mind. No, he wasn't. I don't know. Okay, Jimmy Hart is the connection then. I don't know.
There was a Perry Saturn Rick Steiner hype video. Steiner says, "You don't like me? Bite me." And Saturn says, "I'm going to beat you instead." So then they tussle and talk shit back and forth, and they have a title match scheduled for that. So it's Perry Saturn versus Rick Steiner for the World Television Championship. And it starts off as a wrestling match, so Saturn's like completely fucked. But Saturn's not a bitch, and he fights back. And then Steiner distracts the ref and kicks Saturn square in the balls. They go to the floor. Steiner pulls the mat back to expose the concrete. He DDT Saturn, and it's pretty much over after that. Except Saturn's too hard-headed to accept the inevitable. He gets taken to Suplex City. He makes one last attempt to build an offensive flurry, but Steiner catches him mid-leapfrog and just drops him. And Saturn ends up hitting a Death Valley driver, which fails to win the match. And Saturn then signals for the rings of Saturn, but then goes for a Death Valley driver. And Steiner blocks that and wins with the Bulldog. The Revolution is now 0-2. 0-3 if you count like the individual members, which Shivani apparently did.
Yeah, so they did not have a clean sweep as Saturn proclaimed.
Not even close. He didn't even win his match. How are you going to say there's got to be a clean sweep and not even win your match?
I don't know. Well, I guess there was so far a clean sweep. Just the opposite way.
True. I wonder if he spins that on the next Nitro. So they kick it back to Mean Gene. He says something, then Hulk Hogan interrupts. And Hogan says he's tired of the guys in the locker room thinking he's gone back to his evil ways. And Hogan called his kids and swore to them that he's not turning on the Stinger tonight. Hogan says if he had it out for Sting, he'd have taken him out a long time ago. Then Okerlund brings up the accusations levied against Hogan. Hogan says he's just going to have to prove himself one more time. But Hogan wants Sting to know that when he walks out there tonight, both of them are friends. But when the shirt is ripped off, he wants Sting to know that he's going to go to the back and train. He's going to say one little prayer, and he's definitely going to kick Sting's ass. And Luger can get it too. Hell, even Mean Gene got a little talking to from the Hulkster with his little attitude, doubting the Hogan and his integrity. Okerlund then asks Hogan if Sting can trust him. Hogan says, of course. And Hogan swore on his kids, and he's a good guy now and all that shit.
So we have not a cliffhanger, but we have a storyline in the pay-per-view.
Yes.
And it seems like this storyline was going on before the pay-per-view too.
Yes.
So I put myself back in, if I was watching this live, and it's like, oh, this would be an investment to see if Hogan is actually going to turn or not. Or if he's... I didn't see the swerve coming, I'll be honest. I didn't have enough time because I didn't watch.
It was pretty obvious.
Actually, I thought someone else was turning.
Okay, we'll get there. So you have Berlin versus Buff Bagwell. We learned during the last match that Buff Bagwell did not arrive to the arena in time for this match. In reality, Bagwell refused to lose to Berlin like a faggot. Both Piper and Flair put this sorry piece of shit over, and he couldn't do the same. Berlin, of course, is the former Alex Wright. I think the last time we saw him, he was feuding with Disco Inferno with the dancing and shit. So It's not like someone just walking off the street. Bagwell literally refused to do for Wright what actual legends did for Bagwell. So fuck Buff Bagwell is my point.
Is this storyline or real life?
Real life.
Oh.
Storyline, he didn't arrive to the arena. Real life, he didn't want to lose to fucking Alex Wright.
Okay. I mean, it is Buff Bagwell. He's getting a push.
It's Buff fucking Bagwell.
I know, he was in the midst of a push. Why would they
fucking American males?
Why would they even suggest him lose to Berlin?
Because they're trying to push. Berlin just got a makeover. They're trying to push this guy.
But they were pushing Bagwell last. Why'd they stop that pushing?
Because Bagwell sucks ass. They came to their senses.
I guess so. They're like, okay, this is over.
So Hacksaw Jim Duggan comes out to take Bagwell's place. And it's immediately turned into USA versus Germany, of course. Hacksaw immediately wanted to clobber Wright with his 2x4, but the ref wouldn't allow it. And it starts with Berlin attacking Duggan from behind. Duggan He's getting punched and he's going, "Do, do, do, do."
Yep.
Duggan then kicks the shit out of Berlin until he gets his eyes gouged. They do a punch trading spot, and Duggan just absorbed Berlin's chops. It was comical.
I didn't like. I'll just go ahead and say it. I did not like Duggan in this match.
Oh man, I love Duggan.
I didn't like him in this match. He was no selling everything. There was one point where Berlin tried to take him, like do a takedown, and he countered it. like, what are you doing, bro?
You got to earn it.
Like he stuffed the take. Like he it was like a college style takedown.
Yeah,
and he stuffed it. It's like, what are you doing?
This is hacksaw fucking Jim Duggan. He's not gonna just lay down for Berlin.
Yeah, he's trying to take him down, and he's getting wide base and
He'll put him
kicking his
over, but
leg
he's
out.
not gonna just sit down like a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. He
Oh,
was,
man.
yeah, no selling so much shit. I'm like, what? You think you're?
I disagree.
not
I
Hogan,
love
bro.
Duggan. Yeah, so they just start wrestling, and it's like watching a toddler try to fight a grizzly bear. Because yeah, Duggan was not having any of it.
Yeah.
Seeing how fucked his buddy is, Berlin's valet, the wall, exposes concrete. Berlin rolls to the floor, lures Duggan to the exposed concrete, where the wall decks him with a lariat. Berlin then gets Duggan back in the ring and wins with a reverse neckbreaker. So it wasn't even a clean finish, and bitch-ass Bagwell was too good to do what legend Hacksaw Jim Duggan just did. So up to this point, this is my favorite fucking match. Oh, I'm sorry.
I said, I don't know. It didn't seem like Duggan wanted to do it either with how he was freaking defending everything.
I loved it. Well, I mean, shit. Look, I don't know. He was like twice Berlin's size.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Like, there was also a point where Berlin did some kind of move. Duggan was on the mat, and he did some kind of move, and then Duggan just stood straight, like, got right up, no sold it. Like, what are you doing?
All right. Well, apparently we saw two different matches. But yeah, this is my favorite match up to this point because I love Hacksaw. Berlin could have been something if they didn't look like a German S&M gimp. Especially with that fucking hair.
Interesting hair. Yeah.
I think it was a little sus getting taken out with a clothesline on the concrete when a guy like was DDT'd on the concrete just one match earlier, and he still wrestled after that.
Yeah.
And then they cut to Buff Bagwell's bitch ass in the back. He thinks he's important enough for WCW to arrange the card for him. Mike Graham told him to be on time for once in his life. Then Buff Bagwell comes running out to the ring. He tries to hug Duggan. Duggan pushes Bagwell off and tells him to go fuck himself. Like, seriously, fuck Bagwell. His pussy was too bloody to be part of the match, and then he tried to make it all about himself after that. Fuck you. I don't know why that bugs me, but that just irritates the shit out of me.
I'm just surprised he had enough pull to try to do, or to actually pull that off.
Well, they can't force him to go out there. What they will do is, okay, well, you don't want to lose to Alex Wright. Your mom's going to be on a pole the next pay-per-view or something. I don't know.
Like, your push is definitely over, boy.
Harlem Heat, West Texas Rednecks hype video. Harlem Heat are champions. The Rednecks won the titles, so now they're having the rubber match on the pay-per-view. And if Harlem Heat win, they win their 9th WCW tag titles. So Harlem Heat versus West Texas Rednecks for the WCW World Tag Team Championship. So this was way better than the last tag match. earlier in the pay-per-view. A perfect, Mr. Perfect on the floor was great with the shit talking and the cheap shots. They did the thing where the guy would tag, but the ref didn't see. So he'd make him go back. Like Stevie Ray would get tagged in. He'd get his offense going, and then the ref would, hey, what are you doing? Get back over there.
Yeah, very old school.
Yeah, love it. Mr. Perfect clocked Stevie Ray with a cowbell. So Kendall Windham can win, but this team sucks. And Booker ended up winning with a missile drop kick.
Yeah, it was very, very weird ending. So Stevie Ray, he tags in, but again, it was the ref didn't see the tag, so Booker T was still legal. So Stevie Ray is in the ring.
He's wrestling.
Still doing, like, ignoring the fact that he's not the legal man. He's wrestling.
Well, the ref did too, because the ref he's focused on Booker outside the ring.
Yeah, he gets hit with the cowbell, but outside the ring, Booker T is getting jumped by both of the Wyndhams, and he manages to fight them off. Oh, what was it? He fought off Kurt Hennig and one of the Wyndhams.
Barry Windham, because Kendall Windham got the drop kick.
Yeah, and then gets in the ring after fighting them off and gets the missile drop kick for the win. So it's very confusing.
I do know if I ever did a superplex, I would want to do it just like Barry Windham every time.
Yeah, he has a good suplex. And they had a conversation. Commentary did. They were like, "Oh, you can say Harlem Heat was the team of the '90s," and then they started actually getting into debate over it. It's like, well, what do you mean? What about the Steiners? Well, I mean, I would say the Steiners was more '80s than the '90s. It's like, no, well, the Steiners had a good run in the early '90s, so they started going, yeah. And of course, they're just mentioning WCW teams, so you can't be like throwing in the Hart Foundation or I don't know who else would have been a pretty dominant team. In
Demolition.
The 90s. They were '80s for sure.
Or the '80s? Oh shit. The Mega Powers? Was that '90s? Or was that '80s too? That's probably
maybe early '90s. But yeah, they got it. They were going back and forth on that.
Yeah. We have a Psycho Sid Chris Benoit hype video. And it's the Streak versus the Wolverine. Sid says every time he steps in the ring, he's going to win. Benoit says Sid is the biggest man he's ever faced. So the Giant must have hit Benoit really hard in the head when they had their match. Sid says he's going to have to take all his anger out on Benoit and make him just another number. Also calls Benoit's group stupid. Benoit says Sid will have to kill him for the title. And then Sid says he has no equal. So yeah, we have Psycho Sid versus Chris Benoit. It's for the WCW United States Heavyweight title. Sid just kicks Benoit's ass. It's even more uneven than Steiner versus Saturn. Benoit's only chance is to attack Sid's legs, which he does. And then he drop kicks the steel steps into them twice. They get in the ring. Benoit goes for a crossbody from the top rope. Sid just catches Benoit, puts him down. Like, catches him, puts him down, then tries something else. Benoit escapes. Goes for the rolling German suplexes. Sid escapes that. Turns a crucifix pin attempt into a Samoan drop. He hits a Cobra Clutch slam. Benoit catches Sid with a crippler crossface. Sid just stands up and looks like he's about to break free, but collapses. But he's able to get his foot on the ropes. And Benoit signals for the diving headbutt, ends up missing, and Sid wins after a powerbomb. So yeah, this is the new match of the night for me. I love how Sid mauled Benoit And then Benoit made a fight out of it. Like he wasn't going to go down easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the end, just a good big man always beats a good little man.
Yeah. And Sid is now 79 wins and 0.
No, he's 80-0.
80-0, sorry. But he's already, this is what I was getting at. He's already been in WCW. So where this streak, this undefeated streak came from was confusing.
They were also chanting Goldberg at him.
They are. But they
If
did
not-
mention it on commentaries. Like, some people would say this is not even a legitimate streak. But, you know, however you look at it, he has won 80 straight matches, which is
Well,
crazy.
I think more importantly, Saturn's guarantee of a clean sweep was completely off.
Yes. But it was a reverse one, as I was saying.
Yes. So we have a Diamond Dallas Page Goldberg hype video. Goldberg is feuding with DDP and his dumb group. Canyon got speared. So you have DDP versus Goldberg. DDP gets on the mic before the match, says he's the greatest 2-time champion 3 times. That bugged me too. I caught that one. Before the match, the ref pats the wrestlers down and he finds the DDP is trying to hide a chain and a roll of quarters. Which I thought that was funny. DDP is clearly overpowered and overmatched, and at one point he gets on the mic and tells the crowd to quit chanting Goldberg or he's leaving. He's so pissed off. Crowd, of course, chants Goldberg, so DDP goes to leave through the crowd. Goldberg gives chase, drags him back to the ring. Then DDP goes for a diamond cutter. Goldberg just picks him up, delivers a bulldog power slam. And then DDP simultaneously kicks Goldberg in the dick and gouges the ref's eyes. And then he grabs a pair of knucks out of his tights. He clocks Goldberg with the knucks, signals for the diamond cutter, then doesn't do the diamond cutter. He just whips on Goldberg for a while, gets him in a chin lock. They do the 3 arm raise things, and Goldberg lives, tries to get up, but DDP beats him down to the mat. So Goldberg then decides he's done selling, just gets to his feet. DDP hits a tornado DDT. Goldberg hits a double underhook suplex. Then Bam Bam and Canyon come out. Canyon breaks a plastic platter over Goldberg's head, and DDP follows that up with a rock bottom. Goldberg survives that. Goldberg also has the back of his neck lacerated from the plastic platter. Bam Bam and Canyon get in the ring. Goldberg levels them both. DDP gets speared, jackhammered, and it's over. So even with a chain, a roll of quarters, a pair of knucks, 2 friends with a plastic platter, DDP still couldn't beat Goldberg. It might be time to ditch Canyon and Bam Bam. Especially Canyon.
I'm surprised it's gone on as long as it has. This Jersey Shore or whatever their name is.
So we have a Sting Hogan hype video. Sting and Hogan are the best of friends. And Lex Luger doesn't like that. So he's out to destroy their friendship. And Lex Luger appears with a manila envelope, says he has irrefutable evidence that Hogan has a black heart. Turns out it's a picture of Hogan standing next to a white Hummer in an NWO tank top. Turns out they're still going on about this fucking Hummer that tried to take out Kevin Nash. 1, Nash is retired at this point. 2, why the fuck do any of these people give a shit? This was a feud between Kevin Nash and Randy Savage and Randy Savage's army of hookers. So I don't. Why do they care about the Hummer?
I don't know.
I think Hogan and Bret Hart are just hanging out in the locker room. Then Sting comes to confront Hogan, and then Lex Luger's there too. So the screen goes black, and Sting is attacked. And you can see Sting sprawled out on the floor. There's a couch thrown on top of him. And Luger and Hogan both accuse each other of attacking Sting, which is really fucking silly because despite the camera, there's cameramen there. And then we also have Hart right there. So there's witnesses. I don't know.
The room went black.
Come on.
But do you know for sure?
Yes.
You have to be 100% sure.
Hogan wears English leather. Well, that leads us to Sting versus Hulk Hogan. It's for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Hogan comes out and actually shakes Sting's hand before the match. Then Bret Hart comes out for some reason, and he gets a full entrance and an introduction just to come out and say good luck to Hogan and Sting. Bret Hart also wants a title shot against Hogan, and then he just leaves.
And I believe Bruce Buffer said something to the effect of he's only here to make sure he's only here because he wants a competitive match between these two or something like that.
So no fucking reason why he came out.
Yes.
So they lock up. Hogan gets pissed off because Sting doesn't break the hold as soon as the ref tells him to. And then Sting and Hogan start arguing, lots of fingers and faces and slapping them out of the said faces. Then they each have an offensive flurry and no sell it after, I guess to show it's a stalemate. To show it's a stalemate. Hogan hits Sting with a suplex. Sting no sells it. And that scares Hogan shitless. They fight on the floor. Hogan starts eye raking and throwing Sting into shit. His justification is that it's world title. He's like, that's a world title, brother. Hogan wraps a TV cable around Sting's neck and strangles him. Again, world title, brother.
And he actually said this, like to the on camera. You hear him say, "It's for the world title, brother."
Yeah. So Hogan basically kicks Sting's ass, does the classic back rake, then the 10 punches and the face bite. Ref yells at him and he's doing the belt signal around his waist. Sting catches Hogan with a crossbody, then does stinger splashes in the corner, and dumb fuck didn't learn from the last pay-per-view and does one too many and misses. Hogan starts hulking up, hits the big boot and the leg drop. And for some reason, Diamond Dallas Page comes out. DDP takes out the ref, hits Hogan with a diamond cutter. He drags Sting on top of Hogan, makes the ref count, and Hogan kicks out. So DDP loses his shit, hits the ref with the diamond cutter. Hogan gets up and he's about to fire up on Page. But Bret Hart hits the ring and he starts kicking Page's ass. Page and Hart, they fight to the floor, so Hogan resumes kicking Sting's ass. Then Psycho Sid appears, and 80-0 Sid is immediately taken down by Hogan. He's never seen again. Then Lex Luger comes running out with a baseball bat. Hogan takes him out too. Sting ends up with the bat. Hogan tells him that it was Luger all along. Hogan all of a sudden starts to realize he's been played. Then Sting clobbers Hogan with the bat. Bret Hart tries to help Hogan, but Luger takes him out. Sting then gets the unconscious Hogan in the sharpshooter. A second ref comes out, and then Sting becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. So it was Sting who we couldn't trust all along.
What a twist.
This was a great match until all of the bodies. Like, I think they should have just kept it at Luger instead of having Hogan run the gauntlet, especially like Sid. Like, why the fuck was Sid out there of all people?
Yeah, we haven't watched the weekly shows, so maybe it makes sense. But yeah, I didn't get why Diamond Dallas Page came out when, he's in another group, so it didn't make sense.
And he just lost.
And then Sid ran out there. That didn't make sense either. Maybe it didn't make the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, is Sid gonna... Well, Sting's a heel now, so unless he's friends with Sting... Unless Sting, Luger, and Sid have a little alliance, that don't make any sense. Now, if Hogan would have won and Sid would have challenged Hogan for the belt, that would have made sense. But Hogan lost. So, no, it didn't. No.
And yeah, he put up no resistance to Hogan.
Oh, yeah, he got that ass dropped
Yeah.
and then rolled out of the ring. But that was Fall Brawl 99. Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I liked it. Some of the finishes were weird, but I don't know. It was good. And then they had the story to like a story during the pay-per-view.
That underlying narrative.
Yeah. So, oh no, I thought it was pretty good.
Well, our next pay-per-view is, or next WCW pay-per-view is Halloween Havoc 99. We were in Las Vegas, Nevada. The main event was champion versus champion match. It's between the World Heavyweight Champion Sting and the United States Heavyweight Champion Goldberg. So I guess he beat Sid. I don't know how that worked.
I guess so. Streak's over, I guess.
All right. But before that, we have ECW's WrestlePalooza 1998. This one was in Marietta, Georgia. It's the third WrestlePalooza professional wrestling event produced by ECW. And it's the only edition of WrestlePalooza to be broadcast on pay-per-view. The pay-per-view was billed as ECW invading enemy territory since the state of Georgia was the home of WCW. They were in Atlanta. 7 professional wrestling matches were contested. In the main event, Shane Douglas faced Al Snow for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. This was Snow's farewell match in ECW as he departed the company after the pay-per-view to jump to the WWF. Other matches were Rob Van Dam versus Sabu for the World Television Championship. Should be a good one. We have Chris Candido and Lance Storm versus the Hardcore Chair Swinging Freaks for the World Tag Team Championship. And then we have Bam Bam versus New Jack.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yes. For a lot of reasons. I want to see how they work in that theme song. You can't just make the dramatic, entrance mid-match.
Or can he?
Just have Bam Bam stand there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But that is our Wrestling Rewind.
Good stuff. And let's go ahead and check the chat. See where we are there. Oh man, there's a lot of comments. Oh, so many comments. Keep them coming, chat. Doing a good job. And also hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There's so many comments. We'll just have to read them off stream, of course. There's just too many to go through right now.
Don't want to leave anybody out.
Huh?
Don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah. Want to take our time with the comments. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, of course. And if we get one more subscriber, we will be at 590. It'd be awful cool. What?
You said we had 600 of that guy.
We do.
He's gonna look at her. He's gonna look at her shit and realize you're a liar.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much 600. That's the part you're picking out.
Yes.
Not that I told him like every one of the subscribers are gonna be watching if I go live, because that's how it works. All right. Got something there. And before we get started, how many do we have watching right now?
Allegedly, too.
All right. And we peaked at 4, so there you go. Actually, we've had a lot of people in here. Surprisingly. But let's get into some stories. I've stalled long enough. I was trying to see if that subscribe number was going to change, but it's not. But that's okay. Hey, some people will stop the show until it happens. Those people have a lot of people in the chat. Oh, we're not going anywhere until. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have that type of setup yet.
So let's start with some lighter stuff, and then we'll get into the actual story here. So there's some cool auctions that I wanted to show here. Maybe cool. I don't know. One of them definitely cool. I don't know about the other one. So WWE is actually selling Cody Rhodes' used gear that he had at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, not WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber. So this is the actual suit. I'm sorry, it's the shirt and vest that he wore and tie that he wore when he got his ass beat by John Cena when John Cena turned heel. And they have it up for auction. Current bid is at $6,000. So that's crazy. And it's even crazier that it's like blood stained. So whoever's getting this is getting a shirt with blood covered in it. That's not theirs.
It's Cody's blood.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to have, I guess. I don't know.
I wouldn't want it.
I think my next collection thing is to, I don't know. I would like to get into game used stuff like this. Maybe not this because, there is blood on it. But what we're going to show on the next thing, maybe it'd be cool to have, or I don't know, if there's something less. If the shirt didn't have blood on it, maybe I'd want it then. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the blood would have that would be the significant part, wouldn't it?
It would be, but what, are you going to touch it?
No, you display it.
Yeah, but how are you going to get it in the display case?
Tweezers. Yeah.
Maybe. I wonder if any of those reaction streamers are bidding on it.
You know what? I bet it's already boxed up or cased up or whatever. I mean, you're paying $6,000 for it. They better put it in a fucking frame.
Oh, you don't have to buy the frame? They make you buy the frame too? But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool. And then we have another piece of auction here. And this one I also thought was pretty cool. Now this one comes from Golden Auctions. Now there's music. Don't play. I don't know about the music, so don't play it. But they have, and this is from Golden Auctions, currently up for bid. They have the actual boots worn by Hulk Hogan at the infamous WrestleMania 18 versus The Rock. The actual boot, and it's signed.
That's the one that got leg dropped on The Rock, it looks like.
Yeah, that was the actual leg dropped boot. So
what's the bid?
I don't know. I didn't even bother checking.
Golden.
It's right there. Go down. Go back. Scroll up that little bit right there.
Thank you.
But I didn't even bother checking because, you know, I figured it'd be out of the
$24,000.
wow. So it's like blowing Cody's auction out of the water.
Oh
The
yeah.
heel. Remember now, this was Cena's heel turn, and it is blowing.
You know
out
what?
of
This
the
might
water.
not be the leg drop boot. I think it's the left boot.
It is the left boot, but he
Straight.
drops the leg with the right.
Yeah.
We got him.
Yep. knock out a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Oh, it did say left boot. Huh.
But the video they showed was him dropping the leg drop with it. So they kind of insinuate that was the boot that actually dropped on the Rock.
That'd still be cool to have.
Yeah.
That I would want.
Now, it does call into question, why do they just have the left? Like, usually these auctions, someone brings it. So why did this person just have the left boot?
Maybe he wants to keep the other one.
Oh, yeah. That was the actual leg drop one, so he wanted to keep it.
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't need to.
But then why would you split? If you have both, why would you split the pair?
I don't
Then
know.
you'll never have the pair again.
Maybe it was split up to begin with. Like Hogan autographed one set, or one Hogan autographed one and then the other, and both of them are a piece of history. Or maybe one of them is in the WWE thing and one's available for who knows.
I don't know. I don't. But it's just like, why would you split them? But yeah, you did give those reasons, but
you wouldn't split them, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't split them, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have them together either way. Like, even if they're in the, like you said, if they're in the Hall of Fame or whatever, then both of them should be there. That's maybe Hogan auctioned off one. I don't know. But it is a like, I don't know. If you had someone over and you're like, yeah, that's the left boot worn by Hulk Hogan. Oh, where's the right one? Because, that's some shit someone would ask. Where's the right one? Oh, I don't have that one. Why? What do you mean, why? I got the left one. Fuck you. Get out. You question me? Get out.
It's all scuffed and shit, too.
Yeah. But yeah, those are those things. And I thought they were cool auctions, both being brought up. By the way, the first one is on shopwwe.com, so you can use our affiliate link if you're going to go place a bid.
Please.
I mean, I would be remiss not to just throw that out there. Well, why, that'd be some shit. Someone bought that boot, or no, someone bought it and they used our link. But yeah, let's keep going here. So we have as you can see, it might be a slower night for the stories, but we do have some stories here that we can go over. And I think the first one we should go over is TNA, because that was the first one in order of events that happened this week. TNA, they had their debut episode on AMC. And basically the wrestling world was watching this. I did not. Did you happen to catch any of it?
I just the aftermath. I learned that Dana Brooke retired somehow. And she's just a
She,
manager, basically.
yeah, apparently she got hurt and had to retire. She announced it a couple weeks back, or not weeks, a couple months back. She just said, like, she didn't go into details. She just said that due to her injury, she is not going to wrestle anymore. But yeah, so they had their debut episode, and it got absolutely flamed online. I didn't catch any of it, so I can't tell you specifically. uh, I mean, it was Thursday. Like, we get wrestling for me Monday, Tuesday. I mean, maybe I catch NXT, maybe not. Wednesday, you got AEW. Friday, you got SmackDown, and that's on a week that there's not a pay per view. So there's wrestling every day of the week. So Thursday is a stretch. Like, I do need one day off, and I need a day to watch the retro, which is usually Thursdays for me, if I can. So I didn't get to watch TNA. It's what I'm
Would you
getting.
have be honest, if you had like a free schedule, would you have watched anyway?
I probably would have turned it on just because it was their the first show on the new network,
Okay.
just to see. I don't know, just to see what they were about. Like, I believe I watched. I remember watching like the first episode back when Hogan and Bischoff and they were like going against Raw on a Monday. I watched that show just to see like what they were about. So yes, I would have tuned in. Can't say I would have stayed, but I would have tuned in for sure.
Okay.
But not being able to watch the show, I did what any normal person who still wanted to cover information did, and asked Grok of why this show is getting flamed so hard. And according to Grok, we do have uh okay there. So I asked Grok. Oh, sorry, let me go back just a little bit. So the show, if you look at cagematch.net, the show is currently sitting at a 1.5 rating, which is not good. It's like, because it's on a scale of 10. So out of 10, they got a 1.5 rating.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And I was looking through and I saw that some people were suggesting that maybe it was AEW fans that were just review bombing the show just because, it's competition. So this led me to asking Grok if the show was review bombed. And Grok told me that he said, yes, there's evidence that the TNA debut episode on AMC was review bombed, and some sources point to involvements of rival fans, including those aligned with AEW. This episode, now this is Grok telling me about the episode, which is the good part here. This episode received mixed to negative reactions from critics and fans overall. Reviews highlighted issues like poor production quality, heavy reliance on promos over in-ring action. So there were 4 matches on a 2-hour show. So it's just like the Netflix Raw, 4 matches on a 2-hour show.
Probably
There
3
was
curl matches.
there was at least one because the Inspiration lost their tag titles, and the Inspiration is the Iconics, if you remember them.
I
Um,
sure don't.
Good for you. Hopefully, you don't have to remember them because they won't be coming back. But there were visa issues that held some people off of the roster. So if you remember, Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion, was on SmackDown, and it was because of a visa issue. I don't specifically know how that works out, but there you go. Felt like the same old TNA despite being on a new network. Eric Bischoff called it a missed opportunity with disappointing production and formatting. Uh, AMC executives were reportedly pleased internally, focusing on a broader reach rather than an immediate fan feedback. However, on sites like cagemat.net, the episode was hit with an extremely low rating of 1.43. So it's up when I last checked, which is at 1.5. And then that's where we get to maybe it was review bombing from like AEW fans or just flat out haters of TNA want to see them fail for this whatever reason. But yeah, I think that's a good summation of basically how bad the show went. So cage match bombed. Eric Bischoff did point out the production issues, which I did see. Maybe we can play a soundbite on that.
Well, I think it's also important to say that there was no widespread confirmation of a massive organized AEW-led campaign to review bomb. They just sucked.
You want to point that out?
Well, I mean, AEW gets shit on enough.
Yes, I'm not suggesting that AEW fans were the one that did this. I do genuinely think the show was not good. Apparently, the arena was half empty or half full, however you want to look at that, and they kept showing that on the camera. Like they kept shooting to the emptiness. I don't know.
Good for them. They're the promotion that'll never die.
They are, but their chances of catching AEW now is like, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I have
What's
a sound
AEW
bite
gonna
here.
do?
Well, they're still moving backwards. AEW is.
You have a soundbite?
I have a sound bite. This is what Eric Bischoff said about the show. Now he talks about production, but we can say
the format itself was just really not very well. It wasn't well produced. I don't know who's writing their show, who's producing their show, who's directing their show. All of them have some work to do. You know, director, whoever decided to post those celebrities in the one corner of the building where there were no freaking people. There were people everywhere else around that building. Cameras caught it. But for some reason, they wanted to showcase the celebrities to get a little bit of that mainstream rub, which I dig. Get what you can get when you can get it. But they put those guys, they look like jabronis. He had a shot of Eric Young. For what reason, I don't know. But Eric Young looked like some guy that walked in off the street, snuck in, and grabbed the first chair he could, sitting by himself, looking around, hoping nobody caught him. I mean, what was that? And it's
Probably
little
true.
things like that. Television is nothing but the little details laid out in a way that captures the audience's imagination and holds on to it. These shots, the way the director called them, the ring looks like you could fit it in my kitchen. I don't know how big that ring is, but on camera, it looked like it was 16, and not even a 16. It might have been a 16 by 16, right? The overhead shot that they used made it look like a postage stamp. I would never use that shot again if they're going to keep that same ring. So there's just a lot of and it's really production stuff. I'm not even going to address the creative or anything like that, but the production itself was so poor.
There you go. And there's Eric Bischoff's thoughts on the debut. And again, he didn't even go into the creative aspects, which there are people like Vince Russo. I saw him saying like they did nothing to. There were no cliffhangers, or really there was nothing that they put on that would say, "Oh, I have to see what happens next week." So
Okay.
all in all, they failed. They failed their debut.
Well, I guess the positive from that is they can't shoot any lower, so it's only uphill from here.
Yes, it can only get better, but hey, are you going to have people around to care?
It's going to be the same people. The TNA has a loyal fan base. They might be few and far between, but there's still enough of them to warrant them being around still. I mean, they were on the fucking TV Guide channel for Christ's sake.
Yeah, they stick around. I guess because Matt Hardy said, they're going to, well, amongst others, but they said they're going to be the number 2 promotion. They're going to catch AEW. And I don't know if that's the case. If that's what you're after, you're not off to a good start.
Well, it's just day one. The pilot episode always sucks.
I don't know. There's a lot. I remember a lot of good pilot episodes.
Like what?
I want to say Dexter's was pretty good.
Dexter's was shit. Next.
What do you mean it was shit?
It was terrible.
What was wrong with it?
My dark passenger.
But you had the ice truck killer debut in the episode. I don't know. I thought it was good. And it got me hooked in.
My favorite storyline was the Trinity killer.
Oh, with that old guy?
Yeah. John Lithgow.
I like the one with I don't know his name, but he's a Hispanic, the like politician or something.
It's been a minute.
I think it might have been around the same season, but like he would kill people. Like he was learning from Dexter, but Dexter was not really telling him everything, so he would like kill based off of what he was telling him.
There was a couple people like that, wasn't there?
There was.
And then there was the chick that like totally made him change characters.
Well,
the blonde serial killer, and then he's like, I can't kill you, and then he falls in love, even though like he was supposed to be a soulless. Well, he kind of killed that one, his wife. Like he went from being a soulless guy to being a soulless guy because his wife died. That was stupid.
yeah. He didn't even like having sex. He just went through the motions. And then finally he felt like a tingle. Like, what is this? I actually feel something here. Rita was her name, the first one.
Yes.
And then I forgot the second one, but it was Julia Stiles was the second one. But I don't know. Going back to TNA. Yes, they'll probably get better, but hopefully we'll have enough people. They're going to have to generate another buzz and then get people on board that way. But it is funny that they kind of got around to the show sucked. It had to have been AEW's fault.
What also doesn't help the WWE's taking all their good people.
They are, but they are still turning it into WWE Light. Like I said, 4 matches on a 2-hour show.
I feel like they've always been WWE light.
Maybe, but even more so now that WWE practically owns them.
Yeah.
But we shall see where it goes with them there. And then we move on to our next story. Let's talk about Triple H, since we are talking about about new people coming in. So it was Wednesday. I'm just taking you back here. It was Wednesday, and they were doing the Collision taping that airs Saturday. And on the Collision taping, the Ops lost their trios title. And everybody started reporting, oh, the Ops lost the title. So then the Dirt got a hold of it and said, hey, so it looks like Powerhouse Hobbs' contract is going to expire and he's not resigning. And early notes is he is going to WWE. And when I first heard this, I immediately thought, well, number one, they already have Obafemi, so why do they need Hobbs? That was my initial thought. But then I started thinking, they have Obafemi, they have Trick Williams, they have uh, Carmelo Hayes. There's this guy in NXT.
Apollo Crews.
They have Apollo Crews. There's this guy in NXT that everybody seems to be high on. Something Carter, Keanu Carter, or something like that. Who's also a big black Jack guy.
Mm.
And now they're adding in Will Hobbs. So my initial thing was WWE has the darkness is upon WWE because they're kind of pushing all this black talent at the same time. That was my initial thought. But then, and this goes back to something I said earlier, Dave Meltzer, he's always got to know something, or he's got to be in the know. So Dave Meltzer, he put out this thing, and he said that WWE is, now again, this is Dave Meltzer's story. So WWE tryouts focus on black male talent to address criticisms of Triple H. So,
oh wait, real quick. Who are the Ops?
it's Samoa Joe, Will Hobbs, and Shibata.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think it's Shibata. I'm sure chat will correct me if it's not Shibata, but so yeah, WWE reportedly placed a specific emphasis on black male talent and bodybuilders during a recent 5-day tryout in Orlando. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, this recruitment strategy was a direct response to criticism surrounding Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque booking of male black superstars. Meltzer reported that the company is actively trying to change the narrative. The idea was very much to focus on black male and bodybuilders due to the criticism that Paul Levesque doesn't push black talent. Obviously, with the call-ups of Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, I forgot about him. All at the same time, they are looking
to.
Do what?
I said I wish I could too. Forget about Javon Evans.
Yeah. They're looking at quelling that criticism. What? Quelling?
Quelling.
What in the what in the word is that?
It's like tampering down, alleviating, soothing.
Sounds like someone in the 60s would be saying. But yes. And then yeah, they had some indie talent tryouts. Bunch of names I have no idea of. But yes. So now there was a little bit of pushback from people on this report because yes, Dave Meltzer says, well, Triple H is trying to beat those allegations of the not pushing black talent. And people were like, okay, so there's Obafemi who's not there yet, but you can tell they're big on him or high on him. Trick Williams, he's in the main event. Carmelo Hayes is getting a push. Jade Cargill, she's a champion. Bianca Belair is one of the most pushed talents in the women's division.
You got the Usos who pretend to be black.
Jacob Fatu, let's put him in there too.
Oh yeah.
We got him. The Rock. So yeah, people were pointing out this Dave Meltzer's just trying to start some shit because excuse me. Meltzer's just trying to start some shit because yes, obviously there's talent that they're already pushing, and I don't know, this is a bullshit story. Like they're already pushing talent so much. Why are we trying to dust this up like this?
Well, it sounds like this report makes it seem like DEI is coming to WWE because they're specifically bringing in black folk just to push instead of bringing in good people.
That did sound a little DEI-ish. Like, oh, we're specifically like. Well, I didn't think DEI. I actually thought it was racist. Oh, we're specifically looking for black talent right now.
Potato,
that's
potato.
racist.
DEI is racist.
I thought it was about inclusion.
I
thought that's what DEI was about.
It's about everybody else coming together to hate on white folks.
Seems about right.
But I don't know. I think it's just the talent. I think all the credible black people would be in UFC. Like who's that? John Jones.
Yeah. Well, he retired.
Nagano. Yeah, but John Jones, I think he'd be perfect for WWE, but not modern WWE. Like 90s WWE, John Jones would be perfect.
Yeah.
Or Attitude Era. Yeah.
It's just like you said, it's just I think it's just timing. It's just the fact that there's black talent right now that is, I don't know, the top talent right now is just happens to be black. I think it has to do with Triple H. Oh, I need some black talent because I'm getting this criticism, which has been around for more than recently. So I don't know why now he would try to erase that imagery of himself.
Do you think it's harder for just in general for a black man to pretend to fight?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay. And there is, because the culture is supposed to be strong and stand on your own 2 feet, and then you make a living pretending to fight somebody and then pretending to lose and basically being a fraud, tough guy.
I just thought it was. I didn't think about that, but
Okay.
I did think about. I don't know, just being in the culture and liking wrestling, and then like, I don't know, actually going to train wrestling of all things. I just think that would be more of a anomaly. Like, oh, I'm gonna grow up and be a wrestler. Like, while you're not saying they're all like in the same. I don't know. I don't know when you're like while you're in between robbing liquor stores. I don't know if you're thinking about wrestling.
Well, shit, New Jack did.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I always thought. It was just I thought it was. Yes, there's been black people in wrestling pretty constantly, but I don't know.
But
I just think it's something that
see,
black
but New
people
Jack
wouldn't
did
pick
like
up.
extreme shit.
He did.
So I don't know. I think it's hard for legitimate tough people to pretend to fight. And I would just think it would be harder just culture wise. Just that mindset.
I get you. But yeah, that's where we are on that. Now, I do want to point out, like I said, there all those black people are getting pushed. Obafemi, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. I do want you to know that black Twitter or black people in general, they're harder to please than Rakishi. People think Rakishi complains about everything. You haven't seen black Twitter, because with all those talents I just mentioned, what are people upset about? The
World
fact that
champion.
no, the
Yeah.
fact that the Street Profits haven't been on TV, and there's a report that they were taken off TV to quote freshen up, whatever that even means. So they've been held off TV for all these. So you got all those talents being pushed, and so now the complaint moves to, well, the Street Profits are getting held off TV.
What about the New Day?
Well, they've been on TV. They don't win, but they're on TV.
Exactly. They got more of a bitch than the Street Profits.
I don't know. I guess they just want. I don't know. Like what? It's just never enough.
No,
Kind of like
it
the
never is.
other. Yeah, it's kind of like the the other crowds of like woke. You apologize, and then they just dig in deeper because maybe you didn't apologize right, or this, that, or the other.
Oh no, the apology is blood in the water. And that's when they'll feast. And then you have to live with the mistake for the rest of your life. You have to start off apologizing for the thing you did before you say anything.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. But yes, there's your news story. I don't know if it's actually a story or not, because again,
It's
it
a
just
report.
seems. Yeah, I'm just saying it. Like I said, it does seem like Meltzer's just been, I don't know, watching the show and using that as news. Because like I said, it was a slow week this week. There was not much news coming out, so
I still don't believe anything he says. And he's clearly biased. So
he is, and that's what people were pointing out. Oh, he's just trying to create this narrative for AEW reasons.
I don't even know. I don't care what his reasons are. Just I don't believe him.
Oh, there you go. All right, and then we go to our last thing here. And I think it would be good as we are about a week out from the Royal Rumble. It'd be good to talk about some predictions. Now, we don't have to do the whole card. I think what we just want to talk about is, well, basically the men's Royal Rumble. I'll pick a women's Royal Rumble. Actually, I don't think I can right now because I just don't have an idea. Uh,
Liv Morgan.
yeah, I'm thinking. Um, yeah, should be the odds-on favorite. Liv Morgan. But yes, I'm gonna say Liv Morgan is gonna win too. So there's your women's. Now men's. So what we're looking at right now for the men's Royal Rumble, it is a wide open field. We got the shakeup of Cody Rhodes losing the title, and now he's going into the Royal Rumble. He's declared himself for the Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker seems that he is suspended, so he's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. There were reports that maybe he was going to be the winner, but as of right now, he's suspended. Sami Zayn, who was probably an odds-on favorite because they're in Saudi, was going to be in the Royal Rumble.
But now,
Now
he's
he's
not because
not.
he's wrestling for the title.
Yes. So I got the question then to myself. I questioned to myself, well, then who the hell's going to win the Royal Rumble? It's not going to be. It's not going to be Zayn. It's not going to be Breaker. Because they were the favorites and now they're out.
Do you think that they will do Cody and McIntyre for WrestleMania?
There is a possibility. I didn't think that McIntyre was going to walk into WrestleMania as champion, but
I think he will.
now that he said that Cody Rhodes doesn't get a rematch, now I think he is going to.
Yeah.
Because I remember even before he won, I said, he wins the title and then Cody can win it back at like main event or something. I'm sorry, Saturday night's main event or, something like that. And then you can move on to what you're going to do for WrestleMania. But now that Cody doesn't get a rematch and he's lost the title, obviously that's all out the window. I don't think, though, Cody's going to win the Royal Rumble, as that would have him win it a third time. I don't think he didn't win it last year, so it wouldn't be 3 straight years, but he would have won it 3 times. And I don't think that's going to happen yet. If it might happen, but I don't think it's going to happen yet. So his path then would be Elimination Chamber. Just my guess.
Okay.
But if I said you had to bet your whole mortgage, yeah, to live in your house, you had to bet on this person to win the Royal Rumble. Who are you putting your money on?
Well, would it be Randy Orton?
It could.
He's got the issue with Drew. Or Drew McIntyre. He's been gunning for the title. Just as a WrestleMania opponent for McIntyre, if it's not going to be Cody.
Okay. Would they possibly do Trick Willie this early? No.
No. Not for the undisputed title.
Yeah. What about Oba?
Not for the undisputed title. I mean, maybe they do Fatu.
Yeah, Fatu is a good option.
And that way McIntyre can't run from him.
And they close that story.
Yeah. It makes more sense for Orton and Cody to... Although they already wrestled.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? It's a wide open field.
It is wide open. I kind of like Fatu now that I'm thinking about it. Because McIntyre's got to run from Fatu until he has to fight him. And the only way for Fatu to guarantee getting a match with McIntyre is to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and it would be shocking.
Yeah, I changed my answer.
So you're going Fatu?
Yeah. Watch it be Orton.
Well, I'm putting my money.
No, watch it be Cody.
It's not gonna be Cody. I would put my money on. I put my money on it not being Cody.
This is the same. They were like just before they just decided to put the belt on McIntyre, right? Before that, their idea was to have Cody and Roman for this year's WrestleMania.
Yes.
So I do not put it past them to have Cody win three Royal Rumbles this soon. He's the QB1.
I don't know. I just think I don't know. It just seems a little quick.
I agree with you.
He just won.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying I would not put it past them to give it to him this soon because they're not fucking creative.
Yeah, it'd be way too soon. But I see what you're saying. And I mean, honestly, it is a possibility that he does win a third in 4 years. Challenge McIntyre. But yeah, Fatu seems like a good option as well.
I think that's the only one that makes sense. In terms of the undisputed title.
I'm going to put my money on, and I'm not saying just for the undisputed title, just in general. I'm going to put my money on. I don't know. I want to say LA Knight, and then he would challenge Punk. But I don't know if they're gonna have LA Knight be a marquee match. Like, I don't know, like that. I would more see LA Knight winning the Money in the Bank, which I'm already predicting, by the way, is that LA Knight's gonna win Money in the Bank. So I guess then not the rule. Talk myself out of that one. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say Braun Breaker gets unsuspended, and then gets back and wins. No, that golly, this is my segment, and I can't even. Like this is my thing, and I can't even pick it. That's how crazy this is. It's like I need more time. I need to watch this week's show.
Well, Saturday night's main event is this weekend, so it'll kind of pick up. Maybe we can revisit it next week.
We can revisit it next week. Right now, my final or my preliminary pick is going to be I don't know, Jacob Fatu. We'll just say that.
You fucking copier.
No, I'll pick someone else then.
No,
I'm gonna say Braun Breaker. I'm gonna say Braun Breaker.
All right.
Preliminary pick, and then that can change. Obviously, we'll nail it down next week after this week's of television, because it's in 2 weeks. So we got Saturday night's main event, and then the week after that. By the way, week after that is Royal Rumble, so no retro for the next 2 weeks.
Oh well. Wait, you said Saturday night's main events next week, and what's after that?
Royal Rumble's the week after that.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. I believe so.
All right. Bring it on then. It's an easy week for me.
It is. I wanted to do, maybe we can do it next year. I wanted to do squares. Do you know what the squares are?
No.
You don't do Super Bowl squares? Well, usually it's in an office setting. So basically, the squares for a Super Bowl is you have like numbers 1 through 10. Like imagine a grid.
Mm-hmm.
You have numbers 1 through 10 vertically and 1 to 10 horizontally. And then, so in each cross section, now you have numbers. So I don't know, you get a square, and then wherever those numbers lie in that square. So like, let's say you get 7 and 7. Then if the quarter ends in that score, then you get you get paid, pretty much.
Who's paying?
Who's paying?
Yeah, who's paying? You say we're doing squares. Who's paying?
Well, that's why we're not doing it. But if we were doing it, because everybody buys squares, so you buy however many squares you want. So like if you buy, like some people like,
this is for sports.
Yeah.
Why can't you people just watch the fucking game?
This happens like in every office I've been in. This has happened.
Yeah, you assholes with your fantasy football and your March Madness bullshit. Just watch the game.
No. You watch the game.
I do.
This is much better.
Okay.
And it's not, I mean, I don't do like the actual gambling, like, oh, I'm gonna get these parlays. No, I don't do that. But like if you're betting, by the way, I love how they say, oh, if you got a gambling problem, and then they'll also the same station, the same broadcast, they'll be talking about, oh, I like Josh Allen is betting at a $500 odds to be wearing white shoelaces. Like if you're betting on someone's shoelaces, you got a problem. Like they're pushing the most ridiculous stuff to bet on, and then also saying, oh yeah, if you got a problem, yeah, if you're betting on shoelaces, or one was like what color underwear someone was gonna have on.
I would think those are the sure bets. Oh.
No. How are they sure bets? See, you got a problem.
I don't know. Like, he's gonna come out with white socks on.
Yeah, but then he cannot have white socks.
If he has 14 games under his belt with white socks, and we're on
See,
game number
you got
15,
that's that could be the one that he does it though.
it could be, but it's very unlikely that it's not.
It isn't likely, and then they take that into account. Like, if you're heavy favorite to, so it would you would win more if you bet like, oh, he's gonna wear black socks this week, and then he actually does. Then you win more.
Well, that's
Then
fine.
if you
I'll
were to
win
wear-
what I can.
Not greedy.
No.
And see, that's how people get into trouble, because then they're betting on that, and what color fingernail paint Caleb's gonna have. I don't know if that's an actual bet. I'm just making stuff up. Like I don't know, we've just gotten so far past the point of just straight up betting on the game. Now people are getting so degenerate that they're betting on like this.
I think that's always been around, though.
It has. It's just more in our face now because it's
I think
legal.
gambling's more prevalent. It used to be more of a hush hush thing, where you have to go to seedy nightclubs with smoky rooms. Guys named Vito plays stupid bets, and now like you can just click a button.
Yeah, like you got to go into that. You got to go into that store that doesn't even have like any markings whatsoever on.
Yeah.
And then go in the back, and like, how the hell do you even know about this? And God forbid you say the word gambling. You just got to say, "Oh, I'm here to see the cleaner."
And some guy with a cigar and a leather jacket
Yeah, that you can't even make eye contact with, so you
with
can't,
with a program.
or you can't even look directly at him, so that if you ever have to describe him, you can't. Oh, I've never seen him actually. But yeah, I'm in on, to take it back. I am in on Braun Breaker. That's where I'm at,
All right.
and we'll see how that segment comes out in the editing. No, to be honest with you, there's a lot of thinking there. But that is all I got for the show. Is there anything else you got?
Just have a good night.
Have a good night. I just want to say, sound off in the comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and survey says one more for the good guys.